it must happen. So yeah, sure.
And we are live.
Aren't we dead?
I'm just gonna re-drop the watch link into the voice chat I'm in, because that's polite. Yes,
What is
hello,
that?
welcome to a stream of a game that's hopefully going to work quite nicely. However, in 8 minutes, because I'm bad at planning, my lunch is going to be done. So, there might be a bit of dead air. But I'm going to start up, and as we are playing for the honour of Kekistan, I shall be playing as, first of all, the orcs.
Good.
And then as the frogs.
Ah.
The notification, I only just put it live, so I don't know. Dylan.
Let's see.
Goblins. This is not a Goblin Slayer cosplay stream.
It isn't. Well.
Right. The only good goblins are the ones that don't crawl out of their swamp. I've also got vampires and frogs, so yeah. Hopefully this is going to go well. Let me know if the sound's coming through okay. I'm currently joined by Lord Doomdasher.
Good
And
day.
potentially later on, one of the Americans who is doing a democracy at the moment, which I'm told does not always have to involve high explosives.
That is a shitty way of doing democracy, to be honest.
What, not using it or using it?
No, not using it.
Yeah.
Because using it, at least then you can have some excitement. blow one of the fucking polling stations up. Have the fucking ball.
I'm not condoning the activity of this, it's just the discussion of, you know, that whole joke of bringing democracy to the Middle East by blowing it up. I remember the early 2000s.
Well, we're still doing it.
Hey, I'm not doing it personally. That's the important thing. Yeah, it's a nice little cutesy game. I've been playing it for about 2 years. A few months ago, weeks ago, recently came out in full release after it'd been in beta for ages. I had neglected to download the correct beta driver, so I had it as a static copy, which I couldn't update. Which I still have, because it's good. So I have this one as well. But yeah, it's available on Steam. I believe there's a link in the description. Also attempting to stream today to raise some awareness of the fact that the Department for Work and Pensions can eat a fat bag of dicks. As that whole thing of, so, we're aware that, you know, people who are generally using the Department of Work and Pensions don't really have another source of income. So what we're going to do is we're going to charge you a large amount of money for our mistake.
Yep.
And as far as I'm aware, Vipersword does not have a time scale, and when they want to have the money they gave her, apparently by mistake, back. But that's my food being ready. Yeah, that's fun. So I'm going to be back in a moment, because that was not the 8 minutes anticipated. So, be right back.
Okay, how to ruin the stream.
Yeah, have fun with that. I mean, I can't get monetized anyway, so, you know, knock yourself up.
No, please no. Let's see. Okay. Hey, Skog. Oh, no, wait, fuck, Stu.
Yes.
I'm really bad with names. Keep that in mind.
That is perfectly understandable.
Yep. So, Skog is streaming at the moment.
Yeet. Good stuff. Good stuff.
To raise some money for a person in need, apparently.
Cool. A charity stream. Always fun.
Yep. So how can we ruin it?
Say inflammatory things about ethnic groups. That'll do the trick. Or religion. Or politics.
I saw a police helicopter going over just now, so there must be something going on with those groups.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, go.
I mean, there's no other option. That or we can harp on the French again.
Yeah, well, it's always fun to harp on the French, so.
I mean, even my girlfriend does it.
Just a national pastime.
And then you know you fucked up when even the French start doing it.
Oh. Let me see.
Sorry about the delay. Hello. Hey, Stu.
Well, yep.
Hello.
I'm sure that you're aware we're live. I would hope.
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, the link
it.
for the GoFundMe is in the description. If anyone wants to chip in, I believe her intention, although I may be putting words in her mouth, is to attempt to offer some kind of art commission in exchange for contributions. Why am I so out of breath? Oh yeah, the broken chest. Oh, woo, ho ho ho.
Haha, not being able to breathe.
Oh.
Always fun.
Joke's on you, I was only pretending to be retarded. So, reenacting Goblin Slayer on these guys, it's going well.
Yep.
However, by the look of the aesthetic, the Goblin Slayer is on my side.
I'd see the name is very apt. Circle empires. We're literally fighting over circles.
Yep, it's a very strong premise.
Circles in the sky.
At least it does a name. Does a namesake, right?
Yep. Also, there seems to be a fish island.
Yeah, the little sky lakes are interesting.
Yeah.
The other warlord I'll play as has mermaids as their primary infantry, which is difficult.
Yep. How many ethnic races are there in this game?
And how many can you yeet upon?
Yeah.
There are the.
Oh, they're sand people. I just see them in those top corners up there at the bottom.
Oh, yep. That is one that you need to bomb.
It still makes me laugh whenever I think of that one of the. I've been in the desert for many days now, and I can tell you it is very sandy here.
Oof.
Sand. I hate it. It's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere.
I saw a gif that the moment Anakin realised there was something worse than sand as he falls into the lava.
Even the women and the children?
Killed them all.
Oh.
The fact that those movies are still so memeable, and there's entire communities made for making more memes about those 3 fucking dead movies. To be honest, that surprises me.
It's. I mean, my dad still calls those films Star Wars -2, -1, and 0. Because he watched the originals be released. And that was Star Wars, Star Wars 2, and Star Wars 3. I'm getting yeeted on by poison ones.
So why did he call it Star Wars 0 then?
Well, you've got -1, well, you've got -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
The prequel is Phantom S -2, and then, yeah, it goes up.
May I be completely honest, I've never watched the entire fucking 6 parts of Star Wars.
Ooh.
Well, it's joke's on you, there's more than that.
There's more crap from Disney.
Yeah, do they exist? I thought it was a fever dream.
Apparently they're
I was
canon,
hoping.
but in the same way that a mortar is technically a cannon.
It's one of those things where they fucked up so badly they've essentially split the Star Wars fan base to old fags that like the old lore, and then the new normie fags that like the new Disney lore for some
It's like, oh, look at all this amazing stuff they're doing. You know the old films did cooler stuff, right? Shut up.
Did you know that a bunch of authors wrote a bunch of books from between the 80s to the early 2000s that kept Star Wars relevant and alive? Fuck all those guys. They're all not canon officially.
Non-canon because we want to resell all those things.
Yep. Yeah. The worst thing is they're literally fucking cherry picking the stuff that the old authors used to do.
The thing is though, I watch a bunch of people who are massive nerds on this and they are pissed because they are not picking the stuff that would be relevant.
Yeah.
Yep. They're just picking the flashy shit and not the shit that you want.
Oh, everyone likes Thrawn. Let's bring Thrawn back and make him boring. Where he doesn't actually do much cool stuff.
And this is why you don't get attached to major fucking series.
Are you suggesting that Mad Max is not a relevant?
Well, the soundtrack coming from it, decent.
I am the one who runs from the living and the dead and the wallabies.
And don't forget.
Crikey!
Don't forget the drop there.
Just imagine though, if Mad Max, instead of using mostly American actors in Australia, used Australian actors with massive hams in Australia.
Wait.
I reckon I can take him out, boss. I'll throw a boomerang in him.
Wait. There are Australian people in the world? I thought they were a myth.
I mean, you know, depends how strong their ground harness is, but...
Yeah. Well, I've been to a place that they call Australia, but I didn't need any ground harness, so that shouldn't be the one.
See, it's fake. Like, Australia is a government conspiracy, or so the Flat Earthers will tell you.
Yeah.
Any Australians you know are actors?
Oh shit, a friend of mine is an actor then.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job being... having cancer.
So I think for anyone who's seen various bits of Goblin Slayer, I can feel like the internal triggering when you see some of these guys. Like this lad.
Just the eye glow. Just...
Yeah, I do like that I have a single vampire somewhere who looks a bit like Goblin Slayer. There he is. G. Oh, is VC very quiet? Huh. It shouldn't be. Am I just very loud? Because I've just got it playing through like my own sound settings. And I've not changed anything since I did that stream with Nuka. So, I may have fucked that stream up for Nuka.
Oh no. But to be fair, Nuka's probably fucked that stream up for Nuka.
So, what happened in the latest drunk stream?
I missed the end of it because I was playing Rising Storm.
I mean, not much. They just
Did
bullshit it. Yeah, this is bullshit.
Was it equivalent to their previous ones, or was it?
I feel this one went better. I think this one went better than the other one did. It seemed to flow more freely, but it was also the chaoticness that is usually associated with drunk streams.
Not necessarily a bad thing, but I didn't make this map very big. Okay.
But compared to his old drunk streams.
Oh, it was a lot better.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Without international terrorism, the streams just aren't as good, and I wish I was like being hyperbolic.
Yeah, because Nuka kept asking, like, I only stick around for an hour and barely said anything because I found it boring. And he's like, so what's been happening recently? And I'm like, nothing, Nuka. Nothing, just the usual.
I mean, fucking, the synagogue got shot up. I mean, shit, that's not nothing.
The problem is, at this point, for me, it's become so normal that it doesn't even, like, I read it and I'm like,
it doesn't register anymore.
Yeah. Some things have gotten bad. I love the fact Macron is sitting there saying that the EU needs an army to protect itself from Russia, and the United States.
Macron,
Sorry.
are you not familiar with where the gas comes from? Because it's
And
not from Germany.
it's
anymore.
not anymore from Holland.
Also, are you familiar with a group called NATO? They exist for this very reason.
Yeah.
The North Atlantic Treaties Organization.
No,
Didn't it-
gentlemen, no. The EU
You
needs
said-
its own army. That's what it needs.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that shit.
Yeah, Nullus with the nice hot take there. Midterms are tomorrow. Or today, I mean.
They are paid.
Yeah, they're today.
It's a good thing that he can't vote. Because he
Yeah.
wouldn't have.
And Doom, you're not paying for it. Your country's paying for it. You don't have to worry about that.
Pumpkin Man!
My
Pumpkin Man bad.
What?
My country has no fucking funds. Most of its funds is going into the fucking social systems.
Yep.
I always love it when someone says the government's gonna pay for it, because
Which basically means, yeah, you are going to pay for it.
you're paying for it.
Taxes.
Yeah. The government doesn't make money. The government takes money.
Unless it's socialist, in which case they own everything. Also, there is a Corbynite, MP. I'm assuming they're a Labour one, who thinks that council should have the power to appropriate houses.
Isn't that just Jeremy Corbyn?
I've not seen Corbyn say it, but one of the
I have seen Corbyn say it.
I have, but he said it in regards to finding places for people, like, after bad things had happened. Like
That's
with the
still
Grenfell Tower
appropriating,
fire.
that's-
But this guy's
that is
just
still
saying
appropriating
council
houses.
should just be able to do this. And it's like, you know that house you own? Be a shame if someone took it
Appropriated it.
and then...
Says, fuck you. It's not your house anymore, and you don't get any financial compensation.
Tell you what.
That is a quick way for to go from stable country to rich flight.
I'll tell you what. Here's what we do. Council is allowed to appropriate houses. However, the first houses they must appropriate for any particular thing
Their own.
is their own, is the houses of the individuals who are in the government, political officials. Political servants is what we call them over here.
Yeah, but that wouldn't happen. They're above the law. Or in some cases, they are the law.
The lore?
But also in the, scrolling through the, well, it equates to a hot takes folder on whatever serves I'm in. It's called the recommended topics folder, but it's basically just hot takes. The pro-EU peer, who's like, the people of the UK are too stupid, we need migrants.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like, thanks guys.
Y'all got one of those too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, we are too stupid.
No, they. He wasn't including
Oh.
himself in this. He should have done, but...
Isn't that the most retarded shit? So yeah, they are too stupid, so let's add in more stupid people.
These people are too stupid to vote for me. We need migrants.
He's a lord. No one voted for him.
I don't know how your lord system is set up.
Also, I think he's an appointed lord and not a hereditary lord.
Do your lords have any actual power? Like, can they vote on anything?
Yes, they are the second house of the parliament. Basically, they go through anything that goes through the lower house, then goes to the upper house, and then comes back to the lower house, and then it's made into law, assuming it passes.
Okay. So your parliament makes a law. Sorry, your parliament proposes a law.
Mhm.
The lords get to decide whether they're okay with this law.
Yep.
And then if they're not, they make changes to it.
Yep.
And then Parliament goes and looks at the changes and decides whether they're appropriate. And
Yep.
if they are approved, then it becomes a law. So your lords are pretty much your Senate, except they're not elected.
Pretty much, yeah.
Same here.
Most of them are appointed at the moment. The whole cash for honours thing of a few years ago. For example, we have Lord Prescott, who was formerly, I believe, the Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Uh-huh.
Basically the Vice President equivalent.
So, how does one become a lord?
Either ancestrally or by
you
appointment.
kissing off ass.
Wait, you mean to tell me that if I were a lord and I had a child, that child could claim lordship
No.
Once you were dead.
once I was dead? Right.
There's not as much of that. I don't actually know if they've changed it, but I know for the
Also-
longest time that was how it worked, because you had the commons, who were, you know, the common people, and you had the lords, and it was to balance the power between the two. Because you could get all, like, say the House of Commons, when it started up, being like, fuck the lords, and the lords go, no you. The problem is there's not really much difference between the commons and the lords now, which makes it sort of irrelevant.
Yeah, I'm about to say, their issue there is the lords are appointed, which rich people normally do go through that process. They're like, the rich will decide who becomes a lord. But your commons are elected, but the people that are being elected are pretty much lords in their own right.
Yeah. Basically it's the political class.
Also, do keep in mind, Scotland doesn't count.
I want to see some motherfuckers in there with like work. I want to see the House of Commons filled with literally common people with work shirts on and fucking like just getting off the work, just getting
Flat
off work
caps and braces.
Exactly.
Okay,
Casual
just gonna fill you in
That'd
from the
be
chat from Nullus. Skog, I'ma rape you. Oh, it's Doom. Haha. His country have no money. Haha. Euro pause. Educated Europeans are too stupid. Let's get poor people who haven't worked for their own food instead. Your voting system gay, by the way. Single member district plurality. Hella bureaucratic. At Skog.
Oh.
I'm just gonna say, the country isn't poor, it's just, we don't have fucking finances for military.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's loads of
And that's why you have no
non-militarized
money.
nations, but I know the UK has quite the legacy of that, because that whole ruling the world for quite a long time.
I used to rule.
I can tell you this. I just, this might be just a causation situation.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, this may be just a
Clinton's got
situation
him.
of causation. This may be just a situation of causation, but I do notice that most of the countries that make the most money have military.
Yeah. Keep in mind, we're a small country, so...
Then you need to become a part of a larger country.
The
Can I
last-
recommend America?
The last Dutch military endeavour that I can remember hearing about was... no, that's one that I can remember. I may be uninformed. Was us
the Giant-
burning their fleet during the Napoleonic Wars, so the French couldn't get it.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
It caused quite the diplomatic incident, from what I can remember.
Yeah. We always had a more naval strength than land strength, but we're a small country, and no, we're not going to integrate into a bigger one.
I was say how much? Did Holland have
Because-
colonies? I forget.
Yes, Dutch Antilles. We had Indonesia as well back in the day. South Africa. New Zealand.
Yeah.
And
Well,
don't
oh
forget
yeah, of
New
course
Zealand.
you've got New Zealand, because Zealand is part of Amsterdam, isn't it?
No, it's the southern province.
Oh, it's part of Holland. It's not part of Amsterdam. Which is the bit that's part of Amsterdam? Because I remember that's
Amsterdam is the main capital.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure there's a bit of Amsterdam that somewhere massive is named after, and it doesn't seem to quite fit.
New Amsterdam. Yeah, that got renamed to New York.
Yeah, because York is superior. Haha.
No, we sold it for a lot of money to you guys.
That does sound like something we'd do, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we won this piece of land. Yeah, sure. Buy it from us.
Gib.
If we didn't do that, then we might have Well, basically, if we didn't sell that piece of land, a lot more of the fucking world would be speaking Dutch.
Fork. Fork.
Yeah?
Fork.
So imagine that. So now be happy.
Fork.
Is that your Goblin Archer Corps just shooting?
No, I picked the wrong general, but I'm gonna play this for a while, so yeah. Intention of trying to actually do live streams on a game that my computer can run, and as there's actually more people here now, I might suggest potentially in a bit, if people want to, playing some Rising Storm perhaps.
Yeah, we can give it a go.
'Cause that's often a chuckle.
We will also later on tonight, probably won't stream it since it'll clash with Tales. We'll probably do Ark, maybe. I don't know.
Oh
if
yeah,
could just record it.
Yeah, the starting up in Ark. That's I think 5 PM that kicks off, or at least that's when it's available to download, unless they're going to be kind and let you download it early. But not.
They don't usually
unlock
do
it.
that with DLC. It's usually just full games that they do it.
Yeah, so that'll probably be starting about 6 o'clock. I might stream that while watching Tales, which might be a bit difficult.
Also, have you guys heard about the issues with Fallout 76?
Do tell us, Doom, because it was
I've heard it
hilarious
has
earlier.
the big yay. That's all I've heard about.
Okay. Its first flaw, it has no security against hacking.
Yay.
It has no client-side security.
Fantastic. There's no NPCs in it, which is a big problem in my opinion for one building. So.
There's occasional robots, but that's it.
Don't forget,
Some of them robots are Russian.
the game physics are tied to the frame rate.
Nice.
That's always going well.
Yeah.
I believe the one I heard on that is if you look at the floor, you run faster.
Yep.
Because you're not animating the skybox.
There's a lot of games that do that, I've noticed, where the frame rate plummets as soon as you look up.
There's already aimbots. There is... the collision detection is also client-side. Any item collection is also client-side.
Didn't Sargoy play this game as well?
Yep.
Oh god, I bet that was cancer.
It was quite funny to watch, as he basically just... But say, you remember that story about Mega Saber's... Was it his dad or his uncle who just yeeted on things with a 2x4?
Yeah.
That's what Sargon was doing. Just going around, and everyone's like, all the people who are saying I'm shit at this, have I died? Has everything else died? There you go.
The man has a point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
was
he
gonna
was
say, you're not
being...
doing much wrong
He
if
started
you're still
building a
alive.
massive house
And then stop
in the
trading.
middle of a wave event,
Because that's what you do.
and he
with
only
your-
had a floor and no walls. Because you know how normally when you do something like that, you build like a shed, and then you expand the shed. You don't build a patio and then put a conservatory on it.
I'm
Yeah.
just picturing Sargoy like sitting in the middle of a suburb somewhere in England while the race war or whatever is going down, the revolution's beginning, all these nukes and
like,
bombs are going off, and he's just sitting
Hey
there building a
guys, I've
house.
just reset the arcs.
Being a boomer.
Also, don't forget the always fun fact of, oh, you can just spawn items in whenever you want. As long as the game registers you picking them up, they count as legally owning them. This works the same with instant health, and this is the best one.
Pick up stim pack, pick up stim pack, pick up stim pack. Oh look, I'm fine. Continuously pick up stim packs for 5 minutes.
And this is the best part. The moment, well, you can hack into the game and see any data of all the guys that are in the game.
What's that? You're not behind a VPN to play Fallout. What's that? You just nuke someone and they can swat you.
Oh, and there's the fact. Oh, you can see their health as well as their player location as well. Is this abusable? Yeah, yeah it is. Is this like
What? Okay, I just got an indicator I was going to be attacked, and either I cucked the attack by killing the people who were going to, or it bugged slightly.
Okay, mine is the one later, and mine is one.
Oh, I'm being attacked from two sides at once. Hooray.
But I've always been attacked.
Charlie is being attacked. Charlie. That really hurt, Charlie.
I do love how there's oh no, there's more element. There was Ice World.
Yep.
That has nothing to farm.
There's also some other ones which have like got dragons and stuff on them that I try and avoid and let someone else deal with.
Watch out, Skog. That is too accurate for sand, people. They're literally throwing axes at you that are like going in a straight line. Nope.
Yep. One of the generals you can get has, every time you capture a new circle, it gives you 3 guys who throw axes. It's hilarious, as at one point I had like 150 dudes with axes just yeeting everything until I got some dragons, at which point I lost my entire army.
I like how the sand throw to his bandits.
Yeah, it depends. There's the hostile empires, there's bandits, there's monsters. There's different flavours of bandits.
You have people with white hoodies and hearts on a stick.
Yep, that's my clerics.
It reminds me of Age of Empires, you know, those fucking Wallow priests that can convert people.
I think there's a DLC for this game, but I'm not certain yet.
Because there's a guy on YouTube who literally tried to do a meme run where he could use nothing, he could build nothing but priests and villagers, obviously, to build his building base. And he actually managed to succeed somehow, but he nearly died like twice.
I mean, I could try that on here next round. Just build priests. It would take a while to start up, but...
Can the priests fight, though, or can they keep their
Yes.
enemy to your cause?
They can fight.
Okay.
So I've got a strength
Then
of
it's
400,
doable.
as you can see there. I'm going to try and get the big yeet on these guys.
I think what the guy did in this video was he literally just eventually moved his base, built in the corner of the map, built fences around it, circled, and just built a wonder and one. And I was like, I guess that's a legit way to win.
Also, does any of you guys remember this?
Room 101. Oof.
No. So this guy got a cardboard cutout.
Oh, yeah.
And just posted it there.
That's pretty spooky.
You know what's good about OBS compared to XSplit?
You can do more weird shit.
Pretty much everything at this point. I mean, I
Yes.
could just tab out without having to, like, have a hideous, like, slowdown.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because it literally just, you select the source, load off as well.
That's the thing, I can do that with XSplit, it's just janky.
Yep.
But
Also-
OBS is just really pleasant.
Also, don't forget one is free and the other one has a paid version.
Yeah,
I imagine the paid expert probably has some.
it's probably quite good, but...
Yeah.
Why have all my healers run into combat?
Because
Kids.
big game.
Because their potions are strong.
I really hope that wasn't one of my guys who'd leveled up that just died.
Shit.
I'm not saying I'm very good at this game, but I went achievement hunting last night, that was quite fun.
Yeah, big mushroom thing.
Yeah, oh yeah, the various mushrooms. So the little flat ones do healing. The round domey ones explode. The weird purpley ones give you an extra life. And there's a fourth kind, which, there we go, that type, that give you monsters.
Ah.
Oh, so basically in this game you just conquer all the circles to make for Empire Q.
Yep.
Okay.
Some missions are go and kill a specific, like, boss.
Circle.
Some are wipe out the enemy players. Some are wipe out all enemies.
Oh wait, so you own a bunch of goblin slaves
What?
in the top corner, or is that, have you not conquered that yet?
But those are not good goblins.
No, those are zombies as well. The goblins are somewhere else. I haven't found them yet. The goblins normally come in massive hordes, where it's just easier to get a dragon to yeet them. Yeah, also, most of my guys have leveled up now because I've got enough healers that they survive.
Yeah, that sounds legit.
Why hasn't this been done in the actual series? Just get a dragon to yeet on them?
Oh, you haven't conquered those boys yet, no.
Yeah, I try and get a corner, so I've got somewhere to retreat to if things go badly.
Bork.
Dabble in the tower.
Need to. I know one of the leaders you can play as gives you workers every time you capture. Basically, every person has a thing that gives you something, apart from one of them, which is you start with nothing, and you get nothing for capturing squares. Well, circles.
Oh, you fucking clicked once and spawned the whole squad. That's pretty nice.
So
I click a lot of times to do that normally.
Alright.
So why did you pick that leader then?
To unlock, basically you unlock them sequentially. Really good game for that. Basically, you know, you have to start out with, I think there's 1 or 3 to choose from, and then as you win, you unlock more of them. So that's why I went achievement hunting last night to unlock as many as I could.
And he's basically the starting one.
Nope.
Oh no. Sand people return to throw their axes.
Oh, that's going to be a bloodbath. Let's hope at least some of my guys survive. So my concern is, all my veteran guys are going to die.
They look like they're Scottish rebels as well, because they're light blue.
Of course.
Of course. Right, these guys are going to get cucked now.
Alright, you just spawn as a knights.
But like the Scottish, they will never achieve
English cavalry eat some Scottish rebels. Yeah.
Also, I have only longbowmen, no crossbows. I'm not French. Damn. Right, as my army insists on continuing, I'm going to have to try and pull them back. Okay, the rebels are fucking evacuating their land, apart from that dickhead.
Come cuck them all. Oh no, they're fleeing even more. Oh, yeah. Okay, go extend. Well, there's a lot of villagers, though. Gosh, I have a lot of cities.
Yeah, I never get too many villagers because they're inefficient. It's time for the big yeet.
Whoa. That disappeared.
Fortunately, there's no friendly fire in this. Yeah, I can't really see what's going on in there, other than I'm kicking the shit out of some farmers.
That's net.
Yep. It's a worm, technically, but
The snack will dab on the Scottish.
when that one cavalryman tries to stand against me.
Scotland forever!
Oh, look, my neighbours are fighting each other. Well, I'm going to heal up and I'm going to dab on them, I guess. Yeah, not too many of my guys have survived from that initial combat, but I got hit by an entire field army. So it's not to be unexpected. Couple more healers. gonna save it for some wizards next. Dab on that building. Yeah, coming up for 40 minutes, and the live stream has not had any issues so far, apart from, you know, me going and getting food, which doesn't really count as an issue.
Shit, poor Sarchi.
I've not actually used OBS to stream for myself before. I've only ever streamed on behalf of Nuka. Right, this hostile empire that I now completely encircle. Get it? Yeah, I have a military strength of like nearly 5,000, and that goes up every time I get sufficient XP to level up my troops.
Yep. Circle is yours.
Yeah, this is going quite easy. Where am I being attacked? Oh, over there. Cool. Charge!
Yes, you keep bunking, apparently.
Oh no! Ghosts!
Oh.
My
I can
tower!
also recruit sand people according to my icon, so
There's a necromancers, I think.
that's a lot. No, the one next to the archers and the guy with the hammer.
Ah, the axe throwers.
Yeah, the sand people. Oh shit, you're being attacked by ghosts.
Yep.
What?
What
Did
kind
they
of
get burned?
That's what they get for trying to be incorporeal around me.
What kind of
Excellent.
ghosts?
I think those were frost ghosts. Oops.
Up on the monster.
So the northern ghosts.
How big is this map?
Maximum size. Thought it'd be more interesting to have a longer running game rather than me dabbing in and out. But yeah, that's my empire is all the blue, so I hold about half of it.
That means you've won, basically, because I don't think...
Oh no, I could get dabbed on quite easily. Right, that should hopefully be enough army for now, but I'm going to recruit more as I go. As it keeps the XP smooth, so in case I get a wipe, I hopefully don't.
Wait, is that water or sky?
I think it's sky.
The texture is a little strange, but
Yeah.
makes more sense because there's clouds around it.
Yeah, there's the intro of the game, which is really loud and I can't turn down. Is basically it's a an area of strangely regular hilltops.
Okay.
Deep floor.
So I'm gonna leave them there until they've got some more XP.
Oh shit, there's the Vikings.
Do some upgrades actually. Let's get some better armor for these lads. Aw, look at my dragons. So cute. Well, Lozzie's now been appeased.
Yes, double drag.
Oh, what is it now with Lozzie?
Oh, hello Stargazer. Also, hello only. For the benefit of the people who are not looking at the chat. You ever just wake up and want to fuck something so bad that the couch starts to look attractive? No, that's not happened to me only. Concern.
And this is why you should keep to No Shave November and not the other one. Because it's a lot more manageable.
Yep, I just have slightly crap looking facial hair as opposed to whatever only has. How did it go last night, if you wanted to jump in and tell us? Because I saw some of the pictures, but I was on my tablet at the time, and I couldn't see them properly. And I neglected to have another look since, because I'm an intelligent person. Honest. So yeah, my army's getting quite high XP. Let's add a couple more wizards. Because normally my biggest failing in this is I forget to keep reinforcing my army, and obviously you take casualties over time, so eventually you end up with no army, and then you have to start afresh. As opposed to having, you know, all my like high-level mounted knights. I think I've still got a... No, I've not got a vampire in this one. But I've got a squad of ghosts. No, not ghosts, other things.
These sand people.
Oh no, I have a ghost now. Hooray! Right, let's continue cleansing this area of the various supernatural inhabitants.
Yep, cleanse the swamp.
I'd drain it, but I don't know where it would go.
To the sky.
I'm not going to read out what Oni said, but if you want to look at the chat, I will recommend it. All I'm going to say is parentheses are involved. The parentheses want to tell you when you can and can't nut. I refuse to let them control me for an entire month. Ooh, I'm taking a lot of damage there. Oh, alright. That one guy's gonna die, that's a shame.
Damn,
why did he attack from that angle?
Oh, hey, Mega, you're back.
Oh, I've been back. I just can't talk.
Oh, you already voted, didn't you?
Yeah, but I'm doing stuff that requires attention. Somewhat.
Okay.
Is that what the term is now? To be Ralphed. From what I remember, Ralphed was always a synonym for throwing up, and I forget where that was from.
I don't know.
Oh, you've got dragons. Roar.
Alright, let's look on Steam and find out when. It should be in 3 hours.
3 hours now. It's not helpful because it says multiple hours, but is that to the nearest hour? Or is
There's
that...
an update for Rise of Dawn today as well.
Oh, cool.
Hmm.
There may be a brief hiatus then, while downloading that if I play that in a bit. The intention was to bring out the proud nation of Kekistan and conquer the infidels.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the look of it, is not going to take very long.
Okay, the game will unlock in approximately 2 hours.
Yeah, because I've seen people saying 5 PM GMT and 6 PM GMT.
Let's look at the Steam Community Hub, because that is a place of reason and logic.
You know I can't laugh like that, it hurts.
Oof.
Yeah. But it's fine, I applied for a manual labour job today, that can only go well. Well, I should probably get some more dragons.
Lozzie would agree.
A couple of necromancers as well.
But to be honest, Lozzie's definition of dragons is really, really broad.
Yeah, I bet they don't even go in the water.
Do not get into this. Do not get into this.
That was a fun conversation last night, trying to explain that to someone.
What do you mean?
The whole, not so much the conversation, but the result of the conversation on what Leviathans are like and the Rapture. And then with great sadness and much confusion.
And an angry Lawsy.
Not angry, more just sort of sad. Like, I don't want the Leviathans to die. Well, they can fly away, can't they? Or swim away, depending on your opinion of that.
Wait, she had another conversation about the Leviathan?
No, this was,
the one that I was in.
I can't remember now.
Because the last thing I remember about that conversation was her basically cursing, I hope the Leviathans will fucking come out of the sea and eat you up.
Get in the sea with the Leviathan.
No.
Well, I feel like I may have had it's the balance between the low difficulty and the higher difficulty. I've just stomped all these guys. I think. Yep.
Also, newsflash for anyone still watching, Gren is apparently gonna do another RP thing on Wednesdays, I think. I think that's the same, and it'll be going up on my channel again, apparently. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
We can't have the Scotsman have more fucking content.
More stream.
He has to work for it.
Can't Gren stream it on his own channel?
I don't know why he doesn't want to do that, but maybe he doesn't want to stream at the same time as GMing. So.
It's not difficult. You get it to look at the window.
I think it's more the fact that the guy doesn't have many subscribers, and he likes to do it on a decent subscriber base. But I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to do this properly. Kekistan shall rise.
And
Hopefully.
It's better to have it orderly on two people's channels than on 17 channels.
I mean, when I eventually get round to finding enough time and or people to run my one, I will stream it on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, it's the frog.
I wish your people's time zones weren't so screwed up. Then I could actually join some of these games.
Maybe you should just move to Europe.
Or just become nocturnal.
Maybe
Yeah.
Europe should get on American time. How about that?
No.
Well, no, because then it'd be dark.
You can work in the dark. I've done it.
You know how bad that is for the fucking depression and everything.
Okay, the goth people
let's be
have...
fair. Being part of the EU, your depression scales are already so low, nothing else is gonna matter.
Yes, and that's why a bit of sunlight is the one thing that helps us against it.
Oof. The Kekistani people have taken great losses, but I'm going to yeet on this one, like, not sure if goth or white supremacist.
I just see frogs dabbing with their tongues.
How else are frogs meant to attack people?
But
The good news is no one's put
you're
chemicals in the
saying all
water.
You're saying all this about Europe, but how is Flint doing again? Or how is your politics?
Howard, you.
Hey, remember
We're
when
getting
your
fine.
politics were going so well that, you know...
I'll be able to let you know by tomorrow.
Because if I remember right, Flint still doesn't have decent water.
I believe Flint is run by the Democrats, who have been given countless millions of dollars to repair this,
Yes.
and then haven't. Much like Puerto Rico, that has been given countless millions of dollars in aid, and then haven't.
Isn't your country a first world nation? Why don't citizens drink more water?
Why don't they just resort to Ancapistan and make their own waterworks? Blackjack hookers. Fair though, I know
Well,
places
the
in the
fact
UK
that
that still use lead piping. So
Doom, here's how you know we're a first world nation. The fact that we have a place that doesn't have drinkable water and no one's dying of thirst.
oofed.
Yeah,
Also, didn't
not
Elon
bad,
Musk like give every like school and no, I think it was all the schools and colleges like water filtration equipment.
Yep. That was a good collaboration.
So how long until he becomes Batman? Do you know how his parents are?
Are they still alive? I'm wondering.
If they suddenly stop being alive, we're gonna have a new Batman to deal with.
Well, he already has a girlfriend that dresses in black, so
Space Batman.
spaceman.
Ah, champion of the sun. We call him Spaceman.
What?
There we go.
Okay, there's been, you know that patch just set for Rising Storm 2? It
Yeah.
is the 1.2 rearmed and remastered update, which,
Is it big?
it's a big, it's an 8.8 gigabyte update. It fucking what do you call it? Re-optimizes the game, yeah, and does a lot of shit with textures and LODs and all that stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to say 8 gigabytes. That's usually if that's stacked and a fuckload of text.
I'm gonna need to invest in a new hard drive soon, or start purging some of my games library.
They fixed a bunch of stuff. They've added campaign end, some cinematic, kind of cool, like,
Ooh, nice.
Oh, yeah. That's gigabyte.
and remastered Red Orchestra 2 and Rising Storm 1 maps.
Yep.
Doom, you're getting quieter and quieter.
Am I?
I just turned you up for mind. Right, let me know if the stream gets all fucked, because I'm downloading that update now.
The MP40 is now in the game.
Okay, is this...
Yes.
Oh, great, I have to keep it in my hands then.
Giggity.
Mm-hmm.
Kekistan
Remember the
people.
month.
Death by
Yeah,
Real.
remember the month. Yeah, I do participate in No Shave November.
No shame, November.
There's no shame in doing it.
I still need more gold. Okay.
I love the comments. Awesome, the 8.8 gigabyte on Australian internet is a death sentence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
G'day, can't.
Yeah, it's a nice update. It added the things that I said coming soon. The new deployable machine gun, gassy mine, which is a
Ah, the barrel bomb.
Yeah, however, it's a North-Vietnamese thing, which is annoying.
Oh, so it's stolen equipment used to blow up Yankees.
Yeah, and they also get the North also get a deployable SHK 50 cal machine gun.
So,
Go on, Gianni.
Basically, the North gets buffed even more.
so
Nice.
who's going to bet that Rags is out of the group today?
I don't know. Also, for any of the American people, do you reckon there's going to be any coverage of the midterm, like, votes coming in, and whether it's going to be worth watching?
Yes. There will always be coverage of it because
I
they
mean
don't
on
know
YouTube.
how the votes are going to go. Oh, on YouTube? No idea. Based on what I've seen so far, Sargon will probably cover some of it.
Yeah. There are news sites that are out for updates, like
I'd imagine, like, Fox and CNN will have their coverage.
Yep.
One side screeching about the other, most likely.
Love that even your news is either one or in the other party.
That group that committed genocide, the Young Turks, they'll be on it. They'll probably be covering it.
Oh yeah. Hey, Mr. Hugo, what should we name our news channel after? I don't know. A bunch of us seem to be Turkish. This seems like a good idea. I'm sure there's no negative connotations to this.
Anna, can you think of any reason we shouldn't name our group the Young Turks? No, I don't think of any. Concern.
Huh. My wet boys have gone out of the water, which they normally can't do. So I'm being attacked by the reds and the purples simultaneously.
So, the communists... what was purple again in the flags?
Royalty.
No...
Isn't it one of the anarcho groups?
Yeah, one of the anarcho groups, but I want...
The anarcho-syndicalism?
I think so.
I think...
check.
Yeah, I've lost that one. Alright. There is an issue with this game sometimes where you can get too much of your stuff destroyed and you can't actually recover. So what happened to my watchtower? Fuck's sake.
It was the...
You cut out. Or I cut out.
or...
I can't tell if that's me or everyone else.
I don't know.
Well, I can hear, so it's something.
It is odd. Playing an 8 gig thing, so it's...
What? Damn it, game.
Do everything at once.
Yeah, I might have to pause the live stream. Not the live stream.
But if it has a 99% failure rate, why?
So you're saying there's a chance?
Sadly, yes.
Okay, I paused the update. And suddenly I can hear again.
Yes. The purple anarchist flag was the one with feminism.
Oh, the anarcho-feminist.
Yep. So you're being attacked by the same group, actually.
The anarchists do know what happens if anarchy, like, happens, right? Like, they know what occurs.
Yeah, feudalism again. If
And
I'm
then
remembering it right.
capitalism. This is why my Twitter bio has me as a feudalist. Because feudalism is the
Eventually
logical
feudalism.
conclusion of all political systems. Or economic systems. Because people are like, oh,
But
but
at first-
ANCAPs, you know, it just leads to everyone being free to do their own thing. It's like, yes, and then you get a warlord. And what does that warlord become? A feudal lord. Go, my Kekistanis. Crush the infidel.
Because there's always charismatic people that people want to follow.
Or just people with enough force that you're just like, you don't have a choice but to follow.
Yep. The recreational magnificent.
Yep. So yeah, so it is just, that's how you get feudalism.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's a lot of foot soldiers. Oh.
And then you have you always have the one anarchist who goes, "Well, no, that won't happen because we'll make sure nobody can do that." And how are you going to do that? We'll make some. We'll set down rules. Ah, rules, also known as laws. Yes.
I see how that works. in a society without rules.
Oh, I'm losing so many of my Kekistanis.
Quick Skog, meme.
I
Meme
will
like
fill
you've
the
never
lake with
memed
their
before.
dead. My mermaids shall eat their bodies. My tadpoles shall be born amongst the ashes of their world.
Oof.
Well, I took the land from them and now I need to get some medics. Yeah, this way, considering I started here and went all the way to there, that was quite the rampage. Great. Rebel Kekistanis. And they can strike for sleep. Bullshit. Well, I've got no resources. That's good. Oh no. I'm gonna lose so much land. Futile effort. Oh well, as long as I can hold my army in some land, it's all good. Right. Oh, what is going on? This is bullshit. Trying to invade a place and other people are invading it and they might invade it first.
See, the frogs are looking very confused.
Yeah. They're attacking other frogs. It's getting inconvenient.
Frogs are like, does our general know what he's doing?
There we go, I've got some turret support now.
Alright. Position as like sword do some else.
Yep. I think that she is looking at doing artwork that is significantly higher standard than is really required. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But
She's like, it'll take me a week to do that, and I'm like, that's fine.
yeah.
But I think you're taking this, you know, go all out with it.
Yeah.
Some
I
of
mean,
it's
here's some
pretty-
examples of what Richless did in about 10 to 20 minutes. So, yeah, I will at some point put some examples of her work up on stream, and if you want to donate to her Fuck the Government Fund, it's not actually what it's called, but the TLD of it, then please do. She is a good, if somewhat slightly over-quality artist. Oh, no, my army's gone. Right, retreat, if you can. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Fuck. I've lost a lot of land recently. Fuck it. Just got a load of frogs. Let's go and try and recapture some land. Yeah, not very talkative, I'm afraid, as that whole breathing hurts is happening again. But I have
Stop
other
it.
people here
Get
to
some
help.
help.
No, you. Yeah.
I see the frogs are invading the desert.
Yeah. We will retake the Kekistani homeland.
Yeah.
We will see them driven before us. Hear the lamentation of their soy boys.
Oh, some more purple bandits. That's always good.
It's forces of radical
What's the most
feminism
elite
and
unit
the
of
anti-fella. This reminds me
Who's the most
somewhat
elite?
of the old Left 4 Dead with the slight sound modifications. I still like that whenever the hunter pounces on you, it just goes, "You're fucking a white male!" Right, I'm gonna need to get some heavier ordnance to take out those ones.
I was about to ask, what's the elite unit of the frog people?
The what unit?
The elite unit of the frog.
The giant poison frog.
Hey. We'll see you get pumpkins delicious.
Yeah, my frog witches strike for sleep, I believe. So I'm retaking the Kekistani homelands from the invaders of the radical feminists and the anti-fascists. And then the Scots for some reason.
Zodiac signs. What the hell? Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition classes you are. According to this, I'm a fighter. Okay.
What's the January one? I think it's Capricorn? What class does it think I am?
What January? There's January 20th to February is Warlock, and December 22nd to January 19th is Sorcerer.
Apparently I'm a sorcerer. Gay.
I am a rogue.
Oof.
Okay, where you're getting this from?
It's in the booth.
Monk.
Oof.
Why does it make sense? Oh wait, it's 5th edition. Oh no. Oh.
Yeah, I feel like none of these make sense except mine, maybe. But
Okay, that army is not strong enough to take out those... oh no. Oh, I'm losing so many men. Too many brave tadpoles have gone and not returned.
oh, the sand people.
My forces are winning despite all the getting fucked up, but...
Oh no, so many dead froglets.
Yeah.
Oh. That's painful. However, you've closed the gap with them.
I have won the day, however I have lost some of the land. Let's move into the Sand People's territory.
Too accurate for sand people. The
Well,
Imperial
I've got
Stormtroopers.
9 guys left. I need to get back to a lake soon to repopulate.
Oh.
That's where all my healers are. I was like, can I have no ground-based healers, only fish-based ones?
Oh fuck, the barbarians are eating you.
Yeah, I need to clear up the map, but I need resources.
You'll have to go left, yeah.
Hey, they're not in the water. Bullshit.
Just one more troop. I see you have rival frogs that are just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebel Kekistanis.
You might be able to storm them, because they only got rain.
Yeah, but all their range is knocked back and slow down. Ah, my mermaids died. Dicks.
Yo. There you go. That should help.
No. No. Kekistani homeland is being taken from us. Seems that Shadowley will no longer be heard in these waters.
Oof.
That cannot be, Skog. Rise up. Rise up and defend it.
Ow! They're too strong. I do not have the... I cannot get the frogs.
Use the memes, Skog. Seize the memes of production.
Oh yeah. Oh no, slightly related point to the discussion earlier. You know all the it's okay to be white signs? I'm surprised people haven't, quote, vandalized them by just tearing off the bottom half so it just says it's okay to be. And then someone edit it to bees. Right. It's taken many lives, but I've pushed back the rebel Kekistanis.
Nuts.
However, they are now attacking my capital. Shit.
Take their delicious fruits.
It's technically my capital. I have plenty of wood. This is fortunate.
Oh. Power to be. Are those knights? Oh no.
Yeah. No.
With glaives?
Yeah.
That is a strange thing. I've not seen any.
Heavy mounted cavalry are dicks. Right, I once again have the problem of I have no food. I don't want to be like the communists. They're being attacked by bandits. Thank fuck. This might give me enough time to recover. Yeah, this is going badly. The problem is, at the moment, until I can get the heavy reinforcements, the Kekistanis are very weak in melee.
Our weakness shall become our strength. That's not how that works.
No.
That's not how any of this works.
Oh no. No, I've lost all my 7 territories. The last frogman has sadly died. They will pay for this. They will all pay for this.
Right. Frogs shall rise again.
The mountains shall run red with the blood of humans. Charge, Kekistans.
But now you want to think about the logistics of the geographical layout of these circles.
Oh no! I'm being flank charged. Bastards.
The first question is, how is it geographically possible to do so?
Yeah, it's have these massive hills that lead up into the sky.
It's a very specific mountain range.
Yeah. Also, it supports many biomes somehow. In this.
Yes. What kind of climate is it there that it can host and everything? And it can host a desert and a fucking tundra at the same time.
Yeah.
That is an interesting interesting desert. That is an interesting biome.
Gamers rise up.
Or it's mini biomes, and even then.
I hope, that reminds me, I hope Extinction actually has some water in it this seed.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what it's like. 'Cause this thing, despite looking, I've found very little information about it.
They've been very cagey about what the map looks like so far. All they've done is like, oh, this dino exists, and that's it, basically.
Odds are you could easily, for an extinction like
Event.
you could easily have the waters be like murky and dirty, but at the same time you're sitting there and you're thinking about that, you're like, water's already a pain in the ass to move around in as it is on these maps.
Yeah.
Unless you come up with like an item you can make that makes it to where it makes the water
There's
visible.
a mod for that, but
Yeah. Well, no, but I'm talking about like an in-game item that you can use to basically make it to where you can see through the water.
people have suggested having like tech masks that you can do that.
And they won't.
Purify the water.
Oh, you just need one dumbass goddess to do that.
Might need to build the boats more sturdy this time so they don't get corroded by the water.
Hopefully, as I say, if you're having it as an unlocked server, people will be like, oh, Extinction, and actually join in.
Yeah, that should be nice. And hopefully it's a good map as well.
Oh.
Oh, you hope so. To me, the center was still the best. One of the best maps.
Apparently there's been some updates. There's some updates to the center soon, but I've not played that one yet. I only played a tiny bit of Aberration as well.
If you guys change the server to Extinction, what happens to all the land on?
Got it backed up, I believe.
I've been told it saves it to a file, so if you ever turn the server back, it just resumes everything as you left it.
So all the progress you've made on Ragnarok won't be lost necessarily.
Also, is it worth jumping on and downloading our characters, or is it better? I think it's better to start fresh, isn't it?
Probably on a new map. Yeah.
I would think so, yeah.
On a new map with new mechanics and everything, yeah, it's best to start fresh.
Right, who needs to get their shit kicked in? These dickheads over here.
Everyone.
Kekistan, he's rise up.
Also, Skog, this may make things weird on your end, considering you were hoping to redeem art from me. But I've also donated some to her, so...
Oh no!
That should hopefully cover everything.
Yeah. I don't know particularly how much she charges. I think she has a similar approach to Ritualist of if you want to pay a certain amount, she will attempt to do work equivalent to that, but I've not seen a set price range for either of them.
Yep.
I don't want to know what the commission range is.
Let's see if she has Twitter.
She has Twitter. I don't think she's got specific rates
like
or anything, but...
Also, is this the one with the cat, or...?
Yes, this is the lady whose cat died recently.
Oh, that just keeps...
Yeah, her week is shitting on her. But, no, she seems to be holding up okay. Obviously, she has a lot of supportive people around her in one of the few remaining parts of the community. Remember when the community was big and like encompassed lots of people, and then it wasn't anymore?
Sorry, I'm just looking over tweets here. I grew up with Diablo. It was one of my very first video games, and something that truly gave me nightmares when I was younger, but I loved it. So when I heard hashtag Diablo Immortal was coming out, I was excited. Then I heard it only on cell phones. I'm not excited. Jeez.
Don't you guys have phones?
Yeah, I have a phone for work. I have a computer for playing games on.
Yeah.
I think most people's comments was the only time you use a phone for gaming is when you're taking a shit.
Yep.
Or you're
It's like-
traveling and can't bring anything.
Yeah.
The balls on the guy that asked the question, is this some kind of late April Fool's joke?
Yeah, no, I've had some. So if you don't necessarily donate to the GoFundMe, the Fuck the Department of Work and Pensions, she also has a wide range of T-shirts available, including many that I'm sure Mega Saber would be concerningly interested in. Oh no, my army got wiped.
And as a note,
Battletoads for days.
have you heard the reasoning behind putting it on mobile?
To the Chinese market.
Why?
Because, according to their research, women play more mobile games. And so they're trying to appeal to the female audience.
No. They are trying to appeal to the broader audience. And, we know how that one always goes.
Yes, but you know what they've done?
As he was hit by a train.
Yeah, apparently. You all right?
Yeah,
Dude.
sorry.
But you see what they've done here, don't you? They've basically erected their defense wall of feminism to protect them from bad press.
If
now.
you don't like the game, you hate women. That's how this works.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Hey, only.
I'm really
See
tired
those
of
videos from last night?
No, also, we are live on YouTube, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah.
I just like to check, because sometimes people come in, like Lemonade, and start talking about how their court date went. Having to explain chef to...
So wait, Lemonade still pops up once every while?
Sometimes. However, he has me muted, and I can still hear him, and it's...
To be honest, I have interviewed, so I won't even notice if he is there.
Last night at the rally, I kind of like intentionally undeepened my voice because I didn't want to seem. These people were, man. These people were. I don't know. Imagine the most SJW looking person you can. That was the dude I was talking to. You heard him if you watched that video. It was
Trigglypuff.
Yeah, they all look like Trigglypuff. They really did. The chick who organized it, who I was talking to, was exactly as you'd expect. Overweight, weird hair, loud and screechy voice, wearing some shirt that says something about gender on it. Like, it was bad. And it wasn't, there weren't a whole lot of them either. There were actually quite a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of nice. But...
So did you do the whole Orange Man bad thing?
No, but on my way back there from, like, leaving it, I did shout at them Orange Man bad. I should have recorded it, but past that, I was respectful up until the point whenever I asked, hey, can I do an interview with this person? I said, you're just trying to single people out. I was like, no, I'm just trying to do interviews with these people. The person I tried to interview was an old white lady who was a lesbian with an old black lady who brought a bunch of their adopted little immigrant kids, they had like writings on their face that said like illegal and like Trump hates me and stuff like that. And one of them even said like, why do you hate me on their forehead?
So that's some child abuse there.
That's absolutely child abuse.
Yeah,
and I was like, hey, can I get an interview with you guys? Can I talk to you guys? And they were like, no, we're busy. And what they were busy doing was flipping off the American flag during God. I've got a video of it. Hold on.
That's always classy. And, you know, freedom of speech lets me tell you that you're a cunt.
Yeah, but they didn't have any dudes with them. You know.
Well, no, because dudes are the patriarchy, and that's bad.
Let me find this video and cut it down a little bit.
How do you sound when you're not deep in your voice?
Look in the video, one of the videos up in the booth.
At the moment.
Do you sound like Jesse Cox?
Hold on a minute, who's Jesse Cox? Who's Jesse Cox?
One of the soys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was one of the people when asked the trap question, was just dumbfounded.
Yeah, I can really make my voice sound a lot, you know, like a lot. This is my real voice, though. If you've never, like, actually. You're cutting out there.
It's because he's a Russian bot.
Oh yeah.
I have been called a Russian bot more in the last few days than at any point. I just thought it was a meme. I didn't think people actually said that to people. And now it's just like, oh. Oh. What? Ah, shit. I'm getting viciously backdoored by the rebels. Alright, I'm apparently going to have to try and hold this land.
For some reason, I can't play Soul Calibur online. I've only got 2 hours. I've only got fucking an hour and a half where I gotta go to work. Don't want to do, but...
So only, in your opinion, were they willing to talk?
Some were, but the ones that were the ones who were very, very, very centrist. So, this
Imagine
Mexican
my
kid,
shot.
yeah, this Mexican kid was out in the front of the line of the barricades, playing guitar. He wasn't playing guitar, he was strumming a guitar. He was not playing it, he looked like he was trying to play it. And he wasn't singing or anything, but he was trying to egg on the protesters to go through the barricades. And rightfully, and the cops were great, the cops were nice the whole night. They arrested him. They straight up arrested him, and they just took him away.
Well, yeah, because he's inciting a riot.
Yeah, and they arrested him. They took him away. I'm sure they didn't do anything to him. And then this
Generally, it's take him half a mile away and dump him out again and say, please don't do that again.
What'd you say, Mega?
So what was the barricade? Like, I'm may not have followed here. What? So you went? Was this a protest?
Yeah, they basically asked the protesters to go to a certain area on the road, and they blocked the road off so people could be seen, but you couldn't be right up at the gates screaming at people.
Gotcha.
So still Orange Man bad.
I tried, man. I wish, but I really wish I would have brought a sign that said Orange Man bad, but I needed answers from him. I didn't want to piss him off that much.
But yeah, what I wanted to say before I was cutting out because of bad connection. Yeah, someone with that deep of a voice, if this isn't your normal voice, then God, the amount of straight reports that been going through.
No, I don't smoke or anything. Let me try and. I don't know, like if I can kind of raise it like this, and if I try and like act like I'm not deep in it or anything, like whenever I speak, I kind of blow air out of my mouth. But now that I'm talking normally, I'm just talking from my throat, like a normal person, you know what I mean, or from my diaphragm, I guess. But when I talk fast, I can really raise my voice up. If like we ever used like Google Hangouts and go on video or whatever, you'll see. It's just. I didn't want to scare him too bad, though.
Then I'm wondering, does your voice match your body?
Have you seen my docs?
Yes.
What?
I look like just about everybody else in here.
You sound slightly deeper than you look.
Yeah.
So
that's what
here's
she
my.
said? I don't know.
So here's my second question for you, only. You were recently at a Trump rally, correct?
Last night, yeah.
And you also talked to the protest.
What did you say?
And you also talked to the protesters at the Trump rally.
It's mostly what I did that night, yeah.
Oh, so you didn't actually go to the rally itself?
I got in, but whenever we got in, they were all like, "Hey, if you're gonna go in, you've got to watch it from a screen because the thing is closed." And I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'll watch it outside. So.
Okay. I wanted to ask you, mingling with both sides, which side did you seem to feel was more welcoming to your questions? But
definitely the right. That's kind of what. I have a picture that I put in the booge last night of a sign that was held up saying basically, if you're a centrist in times of injustice, you're just as bad as the oppressor.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. It was like,
yeah, and that is what I went there for last night. Is I went to ask these people, like, "Hey, I'm a centrist. Where do I belong?" And I found it. Yeah. It was. That's kind of the left. One of these fucking stupid college girls. On one point, I was all like, "Hey, can I get an interview with you guys?" And they were like, "Who are you with?" And I'm like, "I'm independent. I'm not with anybody." And they're like, "No, you're not allowed." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll see about that." I went around and talked to the protest leader, and I interviewed her, and she was perfectly normal, a very normal person. I remember asking her, like, so what happens whenever I'm a white guy, like, where do I belong in this protest? And they were like, well, anybody can be here and protest. And I was like, okay, cool. But I knew if I would have asked the gender chick that looked like she had, basically, you know how Ethan Klein has a fupa and it hangs down and covers his penis? She probably, if she had a boyfriend, which I'm sure she doesn't because she's a lesbian, if you tried to find her clitoris, you'd first have to wade through a layer upon layers of fat to get there. Because it was hanging down over her. Her belly went almost down to her knees. Yeah.
Classy.
That is a mental image that you don't get rid of for a while.
Yeah. Sorry, my man. It was pretty fucking terrible, though.
Yo, you boys like them tits?
Yeah.
Hi, Gran. I'm live on YouTube.
Nanny?
Yeah, we're live.
I made it really obvious, I thought. Ah, you dicks.
So don't tell anyone your real name is Fred.
I didn't actually see on the
live.
on your name that you're live, because it doesn't say.
Just gonna double check that. Yeah, it does.
It doesn't say sure to me anyway.
You guys ready to watch the midterms tonight?
Yeah, I guess. I was gonna watch Tales, but it might be more entertaining.
I'm not gonna be able to watch it tonight, though, sadly, because I'm gonna be at work. But...
I'm gonna watch Tales most likely, mostly because I need to watch something.
Mm-hmm.
And as fun as politics can be in this current day and age.
Day and AIDS. It's pronounced day and AIDS.
Yeah, day and age. It's still not as entertaining as watching Bill break down.
Sadist.
Well, I don't know, because people last night were yelling, like, Blue Wave. They were yelling Blue Wave. They're like, you know, tomorrow we're going to change it, and we're going to resist, and he's not going to be able to do anything against us. And he hasn't really done anything against you at all in the first place. But
also, how did those 8 years of Blue Wave happen?
yeah, say those were great, didn't they?
Yeah. How's Flint still going? How is Puerto Rico doing?
But it's fine, because you've got to remember that Trump was complicit with the hurricane.
How is Haiti doing?
It was kind of cringy last night, though, because Trump was up on the stage, and he brought his daughters up, and Rush Limbaugh was there, and so was, what's his name? Fucking
Sean Hannity.
Hannity was there last night. He was up on the stage. I watched it from outside. They had a huge projector outside. And I watched the rally go on, and they were playing "God Bless the USA," and this fucking just the worst of the left, the absolute worst of the left, were like flipping off the flag and shit, and I'm just like, what? Are you kidding me? But yeah.
Also, Trump got a cease and desist letter from Rihanna, apparently.
From Rihanna?
because he was using her music in the campaign.
No, last night all I heard last night was fucking Guns N' Roses, mostly Lee Greenwald, and Lee Greenwald can fucking sing. I don't like country, but goddamn he can sing. Lee Greenwald, Guns N' Roses, Elton John, go figure, and what's the other one about Born in the it's Springsteen, go figure. You know.
So classics then.
The classic American lineup.
Yeah, the boomer. What do boomers listen to? They listen to that.
Yeah.
Dude, there were a lot of old people there last night.
Of course.
Not surprised. It's politics.
All I need to do is hold the line.
Generation.
Yeah.
Except Generation Z. But they are just weird.
Generation Z has the difference between Generation Z and everyone else. Generation Z are the ones who listen to Erica unironically for the wrong reasons.
No, right reasons, maybe.
I should mute the bot.
Definitely the right reasons.
That's right.
That's what
For the longest time, they tried to make Generation O a thing, and I'm just sitting there like, stop trying to make Generation O a thing. It's not a thing.
My nephew's a Generation Alpha. doubt.
I don't like that. I want to be called Generation Alpha. Fuck that. It sounds so much cooler than Z or Millennial.
Just be trans age then.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to be Generation Alpha or do you want to be an Alpha? You can only have one.
You want to be well, fuck, you're right. I find that people who call themselves alphas are generally about the most as bad a state as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Kind of funny,
then you have the Omega.
Whatever the fuck that is.
That's basically the most unfuckable person that you can ever see.
Yeah?
Well, apparently that is the fucking incel dictionary.
Oof. Imagine unironically thinking incels matter.
Because you have alpha,
For definition purposes.
You have alpha, beta, and omega. Basically in that order.
You're saying all of these words. What I'm hearing is people who get some, people who don't.
Borg.
There's different levels of getting some, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to point out,
There are some that you don't want to get.
and also I would like to point out that Omega doesn't necessarily mean ugly, because I have seen some ugly SOBs get with some really hot chicks.
Yeah.
Cash.
How much money do they have?
Yeah, money is a big part of it as well.
In that scenario, it wasn't money. It was a lot of confidence.
Confidence helps. Really
Alcohol.
Yes. So you're saying he was an alcoholic?
Good old liquid confidence.
One of my friends,
Haha.
a friend of one of my friends,
Of your friends.
what he would do is he'd go into a bar, and he just would act like the most ballsy person in the bar, and he'd go up to some hot chick and be like, "Hey, you want to come with me and help me blow $500?" And she'd be like, "Hell yeah!" They'd leave the bar. He'd go out to his car, and he'd whip out his dick, which had a $10 bill on it.
He sounds like a classy gentleman.
Apparently, it has only not worked twice, and he's been doing this for 4 years.
Also, this is a very good summary of the current climate.
Yeah.
I feel the Kekistani people are not going to win this campaign.
So they are oppressed.
You think so?
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
man.
reality. Oh dear.
The problem is, the longer I fail, the more my enemies get to reinforce their own
It looks like
numbers.
a fun game.
It is. I've been playing it loads recently.
Wait,
I
Skog! Skog, wait a minute. Just let them kill you. Then you win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't kill them. If you kill your enemies, they win.
You're about to playing as the orc, because fuck 'em.
I think
orc.
he was trying to go for some kind of Gandhi speech approach, but he just kind of.
Trudeau, preferably.
Yeah.
But fuck Gandhi, the Dalai Lama is much better, to be honest.
When the
Isn't
Dalai
Dalai
Lama
Lama like
goes,
a liberal,
fuck your
like,
religion.
Activist.
No. The Dalai Lama is the one that said that fucking immigrants need to go back to their own countries.
And fix them.
Hey, he's woke. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
He is as woke as it can be.
You see, he is a very liberal person, but he is the how do we say?
He is under occupation by China.
Yeah.
He kind of sees the reality of the situation.
When you see the media unironically calling the Dalai Lama a white supremacist.
Yep.
Then you know the times are fucked. They really are. So, have you guys looked at trending lately on YouTube?
What is?
Just the absolute cringe that is trending on YouTube lately. I know it always
I
is,
never
but
look at YouTube trending unless I click the wrong tab by mistake.
Yeah.
Ah,
Let's see what's trending lately. Oh God.
Exactly what you think.
God.
You know.
It is probably trash.
No, well, I mean, number 2, you guys see. And it gets about as horrible as it gets. Here we go. Fortnite NFL. Fortnite has partnered with the NFL to bring you the best and most accurate skins of Colin Kaepernick.
Hey guys, remember when YouTube was all about just like, you know, people coming on and putting on what they wanted to do? And
Like,
I don't remember that very well anymore.
You know, I'm unironically too young for that.
I don't remember when the NFL was cool.
I
at
do
all.
remember 2006 YouTube. It was a weird time.
I remember the fucking old Smosh back in the day.
Oh yeah, I do remember old Smosh.
Before they went morally corrupt, like usual.
They got real fucking bad.
Yeah. Are they still around?
Not the old guys that used to be around, but the channel is still.
Yeah, it's basically the same as Game Grumps now.
Man, that is a pretty terrible fall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I still don't know why John left, but like, you gotta think that it's probably.
I mean, the amount of videos you have on the subject, theorizing all kinds of shit. I don't know.
What can you believe, though, you know? One thing I do think, though, I have a theory about Game Grumps that nobody ever really talks about. I'm about 90% sure Susie is a product of fetal alcohol syndrome. If you just look it up and you'll find what I'm talking about. I'm almost 90% sure.
Okay.
The facial features, all of it, it's there.
So here is a question I have. What happened at Channel Awesome? Like somebody was.
If it's what I think it is, someone was fucking someone else. They then gave them massive priority over everyone else. At which point, they then couldn't afford to pay anyone else, so no one was getting paid, so everyone left.
Well, what I'm referring to is someone from Channel Awesome apparently made a tweet about they always like to look into they want to look into anyone they associate with to be sure that they don't associate with some really, you know, dirty people. And someone responded with, "This dude used to work at Channel Awesome. Oh, the irony." And I'm not quite sure what they're referencing.
I always thought that
I don't know.
Channel Awesome, that movie review guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nostalgia Critic, and they have a couple other channels.
Nobody cares about the other shows.
Yeah, I think I follow a few of those.
Somehow, I think they connected somehow to freaking the Angry Video Game Nerd, but I'm not sure.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's the nice thing. One of the people that used to be a part of Channel Awesome is a feminist, and they have it in like some of their video tags and stuff. But they don't talk about feminism when they're talking about geek culture, and it's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they do, it's not in a way that's, you know, overt. Because one of my favourite YouTubers for Game of Thrones content has not so much fallen onto the social justice like bandwagon, but out of the social justice tree, hitting every branch seemingly on the way down. It's just like, everything is now about, you know, instead of using book quotes, it's instead of, you know, all of Littlefinger's prostitutes, they are sex workers. And it's just like, why do you need to... It's just
I've got a Game of Thrones mod for RimWorld. You guys ever played RimWorld?
No, but
I've seen it.
I actually am playing it right now, and I've got a bunch of colonists, and one of them that I've taken in, she was a refugee from like some fucking space pirates, and my people are space pirates, so we're kind of teaching her to be a space pirate. She's 16, and she's an elite mercenary, is what her class says. So she's gonna be good when she gets older, and she's got a bionic arm. And some dude went like crazy because they've got like meters of like when they have mental breakdowns and all this stuff. One of my colonists had a mental breakdown. He's a Zen, which means he's a whatever it's called. He's like a wolf man kind of. And he started a fight with her. And I look over and it says colonist died. And I click on the body of the Zen guy who started a fight with a 16-year-old. I look at his health. His right leg has been ripped off. His left leg has been ripped off. His tail has been ripped off. His right shoulder has been cracked, like completely in half. And his brain has been destroyed. So
this is your body on Furiosa.
yeah, she's gonna be fucking crazy. Well, I don't really want to bury him. He died dishonorably in my car.
So it's just gonna rot then. Okay.
Pretty much,
Right.
yeah.
See, this is going much better. The green tide rises.
To be fair, it's not like he chose to do this. I mean, he had a mental breakdown. He
Well, yeah.
mentally
I mean,
became unstable.
oh,
It's
there
not
they go.
his fault he went crazy.
They're hauling him off.
Bitch,
Look
we
at
are
that.
culturing this.
The Zen in this game, which they're a mod, are kind of an honor culture. They're like wolf men. I mean, I guess you call them furries. Like fucking monster pirates. They're pretty cool. I'm not a furry.
They're like werewolf hybrids, basically.
Werewolf pirates, yeah.
You get very nervous about being called furry.
I do, yes.
Just lean into
Is it
it,
just
like you
because
lean
of
into the furries.
Is it just because of Hulk?
I mean, yeah, that's a reason, but like, he's a character I play in every game. So like, it's... Plus, I'm really into werewolves and shit, and people are, I don't know, just don't associate me with them. Please.
Werewolves specifically, or like lycanthropy in general?
Either one, really, depends what the game has. Like, if we're talking like D&D, I'd rather play play a werewolf, but if we're talking like WoW, I'll be a worgen. Worgens are fun. They're like an
Right,
entire race by
but
themselves.
like, for example, if the only option was a were-tiger,
Oh no, I like
or a were-bear,
I do a
or any of the
were-bear.
other werewolves.
Were-bear would be fun. Yeah, bear or wolf, either one would be pretty cool with me. I like the whole werewolf idea.
You know, I used to be I do like werewolves as well, but I've sort of become more fascinated. Less fascinated with someone turning into like a wolfman hybrid monster.
Yeah.
I'm more fascinated with the idea of a man who has the physical strength of a monster and just ripping people apart.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Oh, I lost
I
so
like
many
the whole
people in that
transformation thing.
combat.
It's like, then again, I've always been fascinated with the idea of berserkers, which is why I'm making that fucking choice.
Which you just, yeah. Yeah.
I haven't tested it yet. Still
Good.
Not talking. I thought you didn't want to talk about that on air.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't one of us.
I didn't talk about everything else, so that.
Yes. That's why I stopped you before you did start talking about everything else.
Well, as
Oh,
we're coming up to the
better.
2-hour mark, I'm going to once again remind people that, in theory, the stream is to promote the work of Viper Sword, so that she can deal with the fact that the Department for Work and Pensions can eat a bag of dicks for, overpaying her and then being like, so we overpaid you, which was completely our fault, and we're now gonna bill you for that.
You know, Skog, I've never asked what your YouTube channel is.
Skog. It's linked in the bush.
You know, that's not going to work for me, because Skog is the Norwegian word for forest.
Yeah, I know.
How far up is it linked?
It's
Oh,
the
there.
big Kekistani flag.
There we go.
Thomas, please give money to Viper so she can dab on the government.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, because she has Viper Sword, literally this is a situation of no step on snack.
Who is Viber?
She is a artist and community person. She does a lot of moderating for live streams,
Yeah. Cool.
and is generally a
basically-
wholesome lady.
And
Thanks,
she basically
Dom.
doesn't. She's basically on government aid. And
no, she's
they-
not. She used to be, and then she is
Okay.
trying to not
And
do
then she
that,
got
and
a
is
letter
instead
from him.
subsisting off of art commissions and YouTube money.
Oof,
Remember when that
that's
was a
pretty
thing?
rough, man.
Yeah, she also sells T-shirts. So if you want to, instead of just giving something, get something out of it. If you get like a t-shirt, she's got a massive variety. She's normally adding to that on a regular basis.
Like they have like a DeviantArt or something.
I don't know if she has DeviantArt. I know she's has, I think it's Redbubble and Teespring stuff,
Yeah.
which I'm told are now the same thing, or is it TeePublic? One of those. It's all linked through her Twitter, which I meant to put a link to in the description.
Yeah, please do.
I will do that when I've finished yeeting on these bandits.
Okay.
She may also, hopefully, thanks to Skog's efforts, be doing 1 or 2 pieces of art for a license and something like that.
She
Yeah,
is.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't watch your stream last night. It looked cool. It's just I had, you know, the whole stream, you know.
It
Mega? If he's here.
Apparently not.
I can hear it.
Oh dear.
There he is.
I've got some early predictions for the Senate seat.
Yeah.
Why would you do this? Why would you try to jinx things?
No. Let me just upload them.
The Democrats will win by a landslide, destroying the Republican office.
I don't know what that would be.
Please, Cap.
A literal landslide.
He is the Senate.
Are we gonna do this every fucking election?
So I'm going to pause here for a moment and just grab the Twatters.
And yeah.
She also has drawn my avatar for Twitter, which I have very slightly modified, mostly by making it smaller, because it is so nice and detailed that I had to actually make it smaller to use as an avatar.
I'm probably not going to be watching that fucking thing later tonight, so tell me how it goes, those of you who are going to be watching.
So there is the Twitter link. Let's put it in the description as well.
Well, my elections over here will be done in 8.5 hours. So,
Yeah. So she has linked to her TeePublic and her YouTube channel. There we go. Right, that's those links done, hopefully. Oh, I'm being yeeted on slightly. Deploy the goblins.
so here's the question. So we're going to run through 3 different scenarios here. All right. Basically, I want y'all to tell me how many days it will be before the insanity ends under this situation.
What's that? Trump 2020 is the date, you say?
So, under the assumption that both parties maintain or don't pick up as many seats as they need, pretty much it stays the same. How many days of insanity are we looking at?
6 years.
40.
40 days.
40
I more or
days
less
and
wanna-
6 years.
I
Okay.
want to see the lefties fucking cry because they've been screaming blue wave and doing everything they can.
Well, hold on.
corporations.
We're gonna get there. Only we're gonna get there. So, assume a blue wave does happen. How long before the insanity stops?
The moment Trump gets indicted.
It's incredibly strange to hear blue being the color for the Democrats, for the left.
Really?
Because it's all red over here.
Yeah, it's always been red over here in Europe.
All right, and now let's assume it's the red one. Let's assume the Republicans take everything. How long before the insanity stops?
Oh, it's gonna be a while.
Well, it'll be the 2020 race, so 3 years. For this specific insanity.
And then the next one.
I just want to see him cry.
It depends on what you mean by insanity, because the world is always going to be retarded.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, if you've seen my country in the past 2 years, you know what the insanity I'm talking about. People sitting there screaming at the sky.
Well, it depends. It depends
I remember
on. But firstly, that's happened multiple times before that. Secondly,
I am your father.
It depends on how quickly they can get the right-wing depth squads moving.
I hear Coca-Cola's got quite a good number in those.
That reminds. I signed up for one only. Did you sign up for one of those?
For the right-wing death squad? No, where do I sign up?
That's what Trump's message
Do we
was
have
about a few
centrist
months
death
ago.
squads? I'd prefer a centrist death squad, but I'll take right-wing, whatever.
Centrist depth squads aren't the thing because they would never get anything done.
Oh, literally as I go to attack an enemy, another person comes and attacks me.
Oh god, stop singing that song.
Well,
I feel like if I continuously sing that song, it's gonna get me in trouble.
yeah, my big goblins are yeeting on all, like, the Humies, because the Humies are shit.
Erica's copyright free most of the time, I think.
I'm not talking about copyright, man.
No, but Skog is live streaming at the moment, so.
Yeah. Oh well, fair enough. Well, yeah, I'll wait for his
I mean,
live
I
stream.
can just mute the bot. The bots.
I think
Mute
I
the
do
bots.
believe the copyright on Erica ran out like several years ago.
Yeah.
We've just passed the 2-hour and 1 minute mark. Hello to the 6 people who are still watching. I'm playing Circle Empires, this nice little indie game on Steam. I don't believe it's too expensive. I'm currently playing as the Kekistani nation, destroying the Humies for trying to take my the land that is rightfully belonging to Kekistan.
Up arrow.
The green tide rises.
Top kick, good sir.
The green wave.
This reminds me. I had a joke that doesn't really work in verbal format, but that I've gotten a good laugh out of the people in my class.
Post it.
Well, it's sort of a joke where you can't really do it over text or really over speech. You kind of have to have body movement for it. Because essentially the basis of the whole joke is, you say, in the 1940s there was this weird little man in Germany who was really upset about the British and a lot of other countries in Europe. But I can't remember how tall he was.
About this tall, isn't he?
Is he
But I can't actually
around
remember-
as
I
tall
can't
as
actually-
this, and he went this way?
No.
The important question is, there's a more important question, Gren. Have you seen Kyle? Very important that we know where Kyle is.
Seen Kyle. What do you mean?
But yeah, essentially, you're supposed to, and as you're asking, and as you're saying, I can't remember quite how high he is, but I've heard that some people say he's about this high. Then you put 2 fingers under your nose, and then with your other hand, you lift it up in a salute and say. And some people say it's about this high.
Don't get me
Still,
kicked
it's
off campus.
a joke is all this time, to be honest.
Actually, no. It's the teachers thought it was hilarious. You forget
This one,
what
Kyle?
country I live in.
Yep.
You forget that I do not live in America.
I thought it'd be worse in Europe or whatever shit is.
I live in
bits of
Norway. I
Europe.
don't live in
Oh yeah,
Europe.
never mind.
Some
It's in
bits of
Norway.
Europe have problems.
This is
Well,
China.
some bits of the EU have problems. Sorry, some bits of the EU don't have problems.
I don't
Yeah,
live
well,
in the
Norway's
EU.
not in the EU, so
Exactly.
No, well it is.
sounds great,
It's
dude.
adjacent, and I think it's well.
We have a pact with the EU.
Some people have problems.
You're not in the EU yet.
We're never gonna join the EU. We've had several.
Really? Is your
ballots.
army bigger than theirs?
Oof.
Well, the EU doesn't have an army yet, so technically, yeah.
It does.
Doesn't officially have an army yet.
It does. I've seen the Mon maneuvers. Not in person, but I've seen video of it, and it's just like, huh.
Ah,
That thing that they said would never happen and it was just conspiracy theories happened, or started happening the day after the vote in 2016.
God. No. You, that wasn't the EU's army. That was just an army wearing the EU's colors and symbols.
It was just one of those random armies that just pop up every time.
We will never join the EU by choice.
There you go. To be fair, I'd love to see the fucking EU try to conquer the Vikings. That would be amazing.
We do the
Probably
same
quite
thing.
easy.
We would do the same thing we did back when the Nazis tried to occupy us. We'd create a resistance movement and sabotage them for about half a decade.
The question is, does Norway doesn't have nukes, does it?
No, I don't think so.
Well, the EU does.
Aren't they loaned from America?
Nope, France has their own.
They loan you some nukes.
Currently the UK has their own and would be obliged to join in.
Recreational nukes.
McNukes, yeah. I'm trying to think who else has them. I know Germany have them, Turkey have them, but they're not their own. As they're part of NATO. That's saying we have NATO, but we also trade readily with the Russians. Which is quite amusing when Trump was just like, so why are we funding this? And it's like, yeah, you know.
And Merkel was just like, well, because they're hostile towards us. You have a trade agreement.
Oh no, they're getting to him.
Just like, we have a trade agreement. You have a trade agreement with your enemy. Yes. Stupid.
Hey, I remember the Cold War. Good times.
Like, the whole thing is, I love Trump's stance, which was, look, we're not saying you have to break off ties with Russia, but we're not going to pay you to have ties with the person you're claiming is your enemy.
And
so either stop saying
funding.
they're your enemy. Yeah, exactly. So this is what we call.
I checked because I couldn't remember clearly, but yeah, Norway is not one of the 9 nuclear powers in the world.
I know 2 of those nuclear powers barely even count. They have like 6.
US, UK, France, and Russia, then there's North Korea,
India, Pakistan.
there we go.
I believe South Africa has some, but I'm not too sure.
Remember that really weird She-Ra from a while back?
Yeah, I've seen lots of versions that actually look like chicks.
Oh, no. They now have new concept art of new characters.
And then there's, of course, the states believed to possess nuclear weapons, but never confirmed, Israel.
Oh, yeah.
I know, Israel do have them.
This was her original
It's
design.
Iran that's the alleged one.
I like that one. Wait, not that one. Never mind.
No, you're mistaken about that, Scott.
Well, I thought Israel had their own... Well, they host
Israel
them.
is believed to possess nuclear weapons.
I thought they just straight up had some.
No.
Also, this is a fangirl with the power of wind.
It's like some of the people that stuff that look like that.
Goblin slayer noises in distance.
Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, that's the one that allegedly doesn't have nuclear weapons.
They keep saying they don't anyway, but they're also apparently keep trying to build nuclear power stations. And that's generally one of the precursors required. I had an army.
Hey, Dom.
Hey, what's up?
Alright, we are live on YouTube. Please do not get me put in prison for 7 years.
Dab on the...
Oh God, Doom!
God damn it. You
No,
have
no, 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 no.
What are we live on?
Yep.
What are we doing?
I'm playing Circle Empires in an attempt to raise awareness for a GoFundMe.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yep. You know how the Department for Work and Pensions is a joke? Like going, these people are fit to work, and then they die a week later as a result? They're going, well, we overpaid someone, so they now owe us that money.
Oh no.
And,
Fuck's sake.
yeah. It's,
Wait, you say working pensions?
yeah, Department for Work and Pensions. It's the basically benefit people.
Yep. I thought, like, pension you don't have to get.
It's the General Benefit Office, it's just their name, from what I remember.
Oh, right, it's just a dole office, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, this base is surprisingly well defended. Fucking...
Well, I've got my first mission.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Nice.
Anything exciting?
No, it's just an album cover for a band that Doug is working with, or a guy that Doug knows is working with.
Oh.
So I'll snap that out now.
Sounds good. Oh yeah, there is a massive...
I think it's some like indie band, so I don't know, I'm gonna check out what their music is like.
Cool. I was going to say there's a update to Rising Storm today, but I was going to look at playing that for a bit before Tales. If
Yeah.
you'd be interested.
Yep.
So what happened last night on
Oh God!
Jimmy's
Oh God!
Fantastic Adventures of being flashbang?
Oh God!
yes, Skog.
You're technically alive, Dom, so it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you did get shanked a few times, but you're alive.
Nice. Yeah. How?
So you know that door that we were all holed up against next to? Yeah, that door opened. And yeah, you are technically bleeding out, but slowly.
Yeah, a Calibite Trueborn came up
Great.
and he shanked two of his poison daggers, basically.
You guys
Oh great! Next time I have next time I actually bother to play,
No less.
I'll actually have some footage about run.
And
There you go.
the good news is about two of them were essentially started pissing themselves, and one is currently spasming in a pool of his own puke.
Yep.
Yeah.
His Grand literally calls his Fear 2 totally fucking Dark Elbow.
And apparently the fair mechanics are broken as fuck.
Yeah. I've nerfed them slightly because by default in the rules it's like every time you encounter, so basically every round you have to test Fear, but I'm going to be tweaking that because I think that's kind of silly, but I'll see. I probably won't make it like one test and maybe every few rounds you test, something like that. I think one is a bit too little for the fear effect, but I think one every round is a bit too much at the same time. I'll do what I do and compromise usually.
This system mostly operates by D10s and D100s, right?
Yes, occasionally D5s.
So why don't you roll a D10? See how many to see when they have to test again. And you can make it rounds or minutes or whatever.
Yeah, could do something like that.
I didn't get the match.
You know what I could do? Do you know what would work? Because it revolves around that a lot. Your willpower bonus. That's how many. So if your willpower bonus is 3, test every 3 rounds. If you've got 5, test every 5 rounds.
Ah, yeah. That works.
Because characteristic bonuses is one of the best things about the whole 40k system, is it works for everything. You just take the sound 10s and go, yeah, then you add this to this. Thing happens.
Well, yeah. And about games with questionable systems, Skog, I need your personal data.
Yeah, I was going to look at doing that today before I went to work, and then I saw that the job I applied for is open again, so I was re-applying for it.
Oh.
So I've not had a chance to do anything else yet today.
You can always do a rush job tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll get it done. Don't worry. You know, I'm Scruffy the janitor. I can make a character out of that.
You're a forensics officer. So
Yep.
far.
I am a forensics officer who is also a janitor.
So far I have a bit of a basic thing planned for you, but I still need your personal data to finish it.
What, like my social security number, last 3 digits of my credit card, that kind of thing?
Yeah, your credit card number could be fine.
Haha, joke's on you, I don't have a credit card.
Listen, Daniel, John the Whip needs your help. All he needs is your credit card number, 3 letters in the back.
Listen, Chaos Worshippers, Abaddon needs your help.
Hail Kekistan, hail up.
That one works well. Abaddon needs your help. He's launching his 13th Black Crusade, and he needs all of Chaos to unite.
Do you guys play as Chaos?
Yeah. We're currently playing
the Chaos.
Fucking sick. I've always been a Chaos guy. If you guys ever want another player.
Yeah. You might know what you might like this body though, because we have a mutant who is a big cat. Then we have my character who is a felonid, as in the cat go.
A smaller cat.
That's awesome, actually. I'd probably just play your generic, like Bloodletter of Corn or something.
And then we have Bill, who is playing himself. As you.
Bill,
he's good at that.
He's an ex-Argo Brigade guardsman who's a master sniper, basically.
Do you know about the Argo Brigade?
I don't know what the Argo Brigade is.
Okay, so they're a bunch of they are a loyalist regiment. Whose sign is a upside down cross with a person on it, and what they do to
the
their
person is
enemies,
upside down as well.
and what they do, yeah. And I think their like war cry was nail them upside down sideways.
Wow.
Upside down and sideways. It was a fan made. It was a fan made from 1D4chan.
Also, isn't
Yeah, but
there are monsters nearby.
you can't sleep? There are monsters nearby.
The refugee moves in. Oh no.
And security whenever I bother to join up.
Your character is surprisingly competent though, so far.
You've just been the shout.
His gimmick is he's crazy but also competent at his job.
Here's the thing.
He's
You punch someone so hard that someone wearing power armor would actually have felt it.
Oof.
Yeah, because I decided to give you the unarmed warrior talent, so...
Oh yeah, I need to point something out. So... my apartment, laundry. And people like to hang out in front of it. God damn, they are so loud. I'm surprised you guys can't hear that. They are out in front of the back of my apartment making as much noise as possible and having a conversation about Tupac. So...
Of course.
Yeah, well, I mean, why not? I'm listening to it intently.
Tupac, something, gunshots.
Right.
Something, too soon. Something.
As a quick interruption, can someone pick me a number between 1 and 18?
12.
17.
Alright.
Yo, I was about to say 12, too.
Cool. I was gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna finish this round, I think, and then I'm gonna pause the stream so I can try and download Rising Storm, and yeah, and then soon it'll be time to download Ark. Hooray!
Hooray!
So
I'm gonna roll up a
apparently,
happy stick.
so apparently today's combat classes are cancelled.
Oh no!
We don't get to yeet on each other with swords today. I'm sad.
Just
Now-
go into the woods like they always
This
do.
is so sad.
I mean,
Real-
we do that, but yeah.
Real quick, I'm gonna post this in chat. This is dedication.
Oh dear.
Can you give a TLDR for the people who cannot see?
So basically, someone rented a truck with the words "caution, fraud ahead," and is following around one of the candidates who's running for election in his bus.
I will say one thing about you Americans and your fucking elections. They are entertaining. They are
That's
very
a man.
entertaining.
That is a dedicated man right there.
That is a
That is
true
a man
American.
who believes. There's a man who believes in what he believes.
This is a man who believes in freedom of speech.
I mean, that's true.
I fear I have made a terrible mistake. So, you chose the Pumpkin Army, where I
What?
get pumpkin-based necromancers that can create things by animating pumpkins.
Are those? Do you call that a necromancer or a druid?
You basically got Blair from Soul Eater.
They're called pumpkin necromancers. I don't think too much about it.
Fair enough.
Fear
Wait,
enough.
do the pumpkins have to be dead first?
Yeah. I mean, if you pick up the pumpkin and hollow it out, it is technically slowly dying.
Hell yeah.
Who can say where the Lord goes? What the pumpkin knows? Oh, Toad. Toad on the road. Toad.
Baby Jesus, by your side.
Be gone, fort.
I'm very annoyed that it seems my stutter has been getting worse lately.
I haven't noticed it.
I noticed it when I was rewatching the stream yesterday.
What, trying to do epic speeches with you, Hannah? Yeah.
I mean,
That was not quite what I meant.
heal off from other side.
Hello.
Well, in other news, I finished my monster character from Pathfinder. As in,
Oh
the
no.
most powerful character I've ever made.
Oh no. No.
Finished that goddamn fucking Persona 5 ripoff.
Deja vu.
No.
I have been in this place before.
Wrong anime, goddamn.
I on the streets.
Wait, that's an anime?
Initial D is an anime, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I see we're all learning things today.
How does that feel?
But essentially, he's a summon build, since he has power, and because of that, he can fucking summon a thing that can create or alter pretty much anything. It's just limited to ice. But that in of itself is an entire character build, and then he can just switch that over to an entirely different character build that's entirely based around, well, healing and support. And when he's done with that, he can switch to a different character build who's entirely based around attack and combat and damage. And on his own, he is an effective rogue. And then, if he needs to, he can make himself go unconscious and summon essentially
The devil.
Summon, but no, not. He doesn't summon. He summons the most powerful form of the devil, who has gun.
Who needs
A
courage
giant
when
gun.
you have a gun?
It's a
Ginormous gun, if I remember right.
yeah. He's a colossal creature wielding a gargantuan rifle as a one-handed weapon.
Also, we've got this idiocy from our favourite author.
Which author?
Oh, J.K. Rowling.
Look what she's put.
1 second. Just gonna yeet these
It's
fucking.
5
Oh, yeah.
minutes in defeating the Nazis.
I'm attacking the Guernsey man, I've just realised.
That's
give
called democracy, J.K. Rowling.
We give men who address far-right German rallies their own radio shows. Funny old world.
Yeah, and she's talking about Nigel Farage, who was addressing the fact that Macron hates America, despite the US saving France.
We need a
Hey,
real
what's the story with the
European army.
midterms? What's the story with the midterms?
Jeb is gonna win.
Yeah.
We got eight more hours over here before. We got 8 more hours in Texas before our polls close.
Yeah, we
Please clap. I don't want to make any predictions. I will, however, say that this is just a straight up fact. The turnout for early voting has leaned more red than it did blue. That doesn't necessarily mean anything.
You're in Texas as
But
well.
that's-
But, yeah.
But yeah, in Texas, yeah.
And to be honest,
No, I'm talking about like countrywide. Like it's
Oh,
not
really? Okay.
like
That's good.
not every state has. They've had more Republican early voters in every state than they've had before. It doesn't necessarily mean there were more Republicans voting than Democrats in those things, but it's just they've had more Republican turnout.
Yeah, I get it.
Jeb.
The
To be honest-
unholy trinity of whitey.
To be honest, Ted Cruz needs to win. Because the man is on a shitposting spree.
I'll be sad if he doesn't.
Happy Halloween!
No. You've seen what he posted today.
No. I'm running into another Elon Musk situation.
No. Let me just...
I think I know what you're talking about.
there it is. Copy, paste. This is a reaction of
Yep.
him.
So Jim Carrey recently said that voting Democrat would be the best thing to do to pull. It would be like the end of a vampire movie where you pull back the curtains and let the sunlight destroy the villain. And then Ted Cruz responded with, "Jim Carrey made a mistake here. Vampires are dead, and everyone knows the dead vote Democrat."
Dab.
Yeah, it's a dab.
Anyone knows what?
And this is why we should let this guy stay.
The dead vote.
Yeah, postal votes are often done by people who have been dead for quite a long time.
Yeah.
When you dab so hard, the wind current punches someone.
I want Dan Crenshaw to win too, just to spit in people's faces. I'm tired of some of the shit.
Can we get
Is this
100
what
likes for this
politics has
disabled
turned
veteran?
into now, just being like, wow, these guys are massive dicks. I hope they lose.
Pretty much. But
Yeah,
this way,
pretty
would you
much.
want somebody who's a massive dick running, like, your state?
Then...
How do people fuck this up so fucking badly?
Because echo chambers. Everyone else is bad, therefore you don't have to talk to them, therefore they don't exist, therefore they're not people,
I'm going to-
therefore you don't
I'm
have to
going
care
mute
about what
and
they
then-
think, as long as they're voting for you.
I'm going to mute and then ingest my happy stick.
Have fun!
Oh, that's how you call it nowadays.
Have you had the ribs removed like Manson?
So, apparently, Elon Musk just tweeted, "Remember the future and nothing else."
Okay.
And then, in an answer to and then he answers a meme about Elon buying T-Series and deleting it by, that's not what I wanted to tell. I've prepared a cool surprise. You have to figure this one out yourself. Use to go to elon.website. No, wait. Fuck it. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Fucking, that was an impersonator. I thought he almost tricked me.
Let's say, I wish Elon would reply to the whole buying T-Series thing. That would be funny. That would be hilarious.
Just fucking remember the future, please.
What is this thing about him giving away a shitload of bitcoins? What the fuck's going on? It keeps getting advertised, like it's promoted on Twitter.
Apparently he got hacked. And
Wait.
yeah, apparently a bunch of people got hacked recently, and people have just been shitposting through their accounts or shitting on their accounts.
But that doesn't make any sense. Why would that be promoted? Like it's one of the commercials that Twitter.
Twitter's not exactly on board with the whole Musk train.
No.
Right, but that would mean they'd have to be complicit with the like. Basically, someone would have had to contact Twitter from Elon Musk's account and said, "Hey, advertise this," and Twitter would have had to been like, "This doesn't sound like Elon Musk at all." Okay.
That sounds entirely plausible to me.
Well, you see, I mean, they already fucking closed down his account because they thought he got hacked, you know? And he said, and he himself, and he got his Twitter page back after he proved to them that it was in fact him shitposting. That already happened with Elon Musk.
This army is really slow. Also, fucking hell, my spine hurts.
Also, if you now, to be fair, this is a very long list. But if you've got some time and you want to, just take a read of it, here's a list of all Clinton associates who have mysteriously died.
What the fuck? And now he's just sharing. What the fuck are you doing, Elon? Are you okay? Shared by Elon Musk. What the fuck's going on these days? Just look at this.
Oh, hi, guys.
The fucking this simulation isn't just fucking breaking down. It's fucking disintegrating.
I love these assholes who are on Twitter saying, "Well, the more college educated you are, the more likely you are to vote Democrat." I'm like, yes, your brainwashing chambers are working. Congratulations.
Socky the Real in the chat. Holy crap, will someone just nuke America so I don't have to listen to their politics anymore? It's a strong idea there.
Well, I mean, completely doable too. Just, check out, look to see if anybody's got their fucking passcode on their computer screen during an interview. Fucking Hawaii. Thank God they don't have any missiles.
You have nuclear submarines, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, isn't there a naval base at Hawaii?
Nuclear submarines don't necessarily have nukes on them.
Yeah, there are nuclear-powered submarines.
Yes, nuclear-powered subs.
Nuclear submarines, in how I'm referring to them as the nuclear-capable submarines. Not
Ones
the
that
nuclear
carry,
powered.
yeah.
Because all the carriers are nuclear as well.
Yeah, but they're nuclear powered.
Saki adds, "Hey, I'm easygoing. A nuke for every country."
We've got enough.
Coat Rack in the chat. Hello, just got home from voting against the Democrats, including Kekistan.
Niggers! Niggers!
Hello, Naka. We're live, bud.
They definitely once again. Good job, good job.
And to think I nearly streamed this on his channel by mistake. That's what I get for being a trustworthy member of the community.
He just came in to say that and left. Hell.
Give me an N. Give me an R.
Right. Let's play this and see how well this game's changed.
Silly autocorrect. Feinstein.
How were the frogs doing?
Don't have frogs at the moment. I've currently got pumpkins, but not many pumpkins as well.
Here's the thing, though. It doesn't look like the migrants have made it to or are going to make it to the border today.
The Democrats wouldn't lie, would they?
It's thrown off a lot of shit. Well, no. To be fair, that wasn't just them saying that. There were some people on the right saying that too.
Oh.
So I find this a little bit
disappointing.
No, because I really didn't want that death at the border to happen, because you know that's going to happen. Even if they,
I'm just happy there wasn't a hijacking, because that was my prediction.
Oh shit, huh? Even if they're the ones who have to, who have to create the death, bunch of people standing at the border, suddenly one of them drops dead. Oh, the Americans have shot him. They don't even have guns. Oh shit!
That's the Mexican border. Also, thank you, Saki. Yes, I jumped in, got attacked by 4 zombies, killed 2 of them, one of them on each time, and another one got me from behind. Lost my original starting bag, was good times. And then just went and mooched off of Irate Bear's stuff to make them a nice garden. The good news is that next time they play on that server, they're going to have all the crops available to them, because autistic farming works. Yeah.
Thinking about it from a different angle, I think communism might actually have a point. You see, if we just share all the nukes with all the countries, then we can all explode and die.
Da 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 da.
I think America should be the ones to start sharing.
No, you. Norway should share theirs first.
We don't have any.
Oof.
Not with that attitude.
I've said that before.
My pumpkins are finally collecting wood for me so I can get more pumpkins.
Need to make pumpkin, get more pumpkins.
Get in the sea! No, it appears that it's me getting in the sea. Oops. Right, I fear this is not going to go too well. Oh, Stu, it's gone 5 o'clock. Could you check the, No, I can do it, screw it. I can die while I'm not looking.
It seems Maker support is a scam.
Apparently the guy's just a bit incompetent because so many people joined so quickly because it got massively promoted. And he didn't have the infrastructure available to him to process all of it and has basically been backpedaling to try and get things done, from what I can tell. Less than an hour, yeah, it unlocks at 6 PM. Boo.
Well, I mean, the website is currently unavailable.
Yeah.
It unlocks in less than an hour, Skog.
Yeah. Soon, inshallah.
Yep.
Fun fact, with my current resource situation, I can't make regular towers, but I can make fire towers. Because they're made of gold and food, apparently.
So, real quick, just out of curiosity, for those of you who have flown a decent amount and have booked, what is usually the cheaper airplane hotel booking company? Like, is Priceline a good company, or is
I have only ever flown with school or college, so I have never looked into it personally. I just look around on the various different flight providers and see what looks okay at the time.
I'm scheduling a vacation and I'm trying to find the best price. There's Priceline and there's like 2 or 3: Travelocity, Priceline, and oh shoot, I can't think of the other one.
I mean, generally speaking, I'm just use the booking websites that connect all the different flight companies and so on together. I just generally go to each company and see how the prices compare individually. I do it the hard way when I've been out traveling. As for hotels, I just use hotels.com. Yeah, hotels.com.
Well, the thing is, you can usually get a better price if you do the booking. If you book everything together, you can usually get it at a lower price.
Just to catch up on the chat, you can't nuke England. You're too much of a pussy. Go on, I dare you. You won't. There's actually been a bit more conversation. So, silly autocorrect. So, by the way, nice going on some days. Okay, gun down the beaners. Yeah, my day 14 horde went well. I think all those shotgun turrets help though. Ain't no kill like overkill. I'd be more happy to rapidly redistribute some nukes to England. Pumpkins would. What is this? Sound fun. You can't nuke England. You're too much of a pussy. Go on, I dare you. That Nucker guy sure has some fresh and interesting takes. That's from Nucker. He does. Guess I should pay attention to things other than the voice in my head. And then Gren saying Nig area.
Bam.
That's not how you get a wrench in my chest.
I'm as bad as what Nuck said earlier then. Then again, nobody expects anything from Nuck, so I suppose that's fitting.
Who was the guy? What game was the guy playing where he said I live in Nigeria and they banned him? No, he said he said he's a Nigerian, and the game banned him automatically. Apparently.
So where are you from? I am from
Niger is also one of those awkward ones. For when the internet doesn't understand language. Correct. Contributing there. I feel like sometimes I should stream these on my own server to get a wider scope of people who can jump on. But that requires effort, and for people to look at my server. Haha.
Oof. Most Discord servers seem to be kind of dead for the most part anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ours is the exception.
It's the place where the most people are, tends to be the one that's quite popular. Because think, there's these massive servers with dozens and dozens of people, like sometimes in case hundreds of people, and they're dead because no one goes in the VCs. Right, I'm having an army composed entirely of pumpkin mancers. Because fuck 'em.
If I was to set up a Discord for and actually try and get following by streaming and stuff, I'd probably do it. I'll probably try and do that eventually.
You have that,
definitely I'd have an active Discord. My Discord, I talk on it. I would, and I'd get people to do a community on it. Probably.
Yeah, getting people to use it is always the biggest problem.
I really should connect my Discord to my Instagram.
Yeah.
My Discord server.
Why are people upset that Ben Shapiro was on PewDiePie's show? Why?
PewDiePie was
are
on Ben
people mad
Shapiro,
about-
I'm not too sure.
I don't remember.
Because people are stupid.
It's literally just because it's literally just a joke on his channel. That Ben Shapiro should come.
No, he did.
Shapiro should come. Oh, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what everyone was bitching about. Because he did.
I missed that fucking episode.
No, I don't watch PewDiePie. Right. So, fuck it, let's attack these monsters over here. Actually, no, let's attack the I don't like attacking from the water because it's really slow. Have I captured any useful structures? Hey, I can get goblins and vampires. So many goblins. I'd forgotten I could just do this.
You may want to hold off on too many goblins. You might attract some unwanted attention.
Yeah, I probably should link my server in the description. I'll do that in a minute. I'm just going to yeet on these swamp people. All the swamp people are going to yeet on me. One of those two.
Okay, Rising Storm 2 doesn't seem that different besides the new weapons and apparently being more efficient. So.
There we go. There is now a Discord link in the description. That means I might have to actually put effort in. Can't believe you made me do this. Eventually I'll have to actually make the mod roll do something other than just be the word mod. No, this was like, can I get the mod roll? I'm like, sure, 1 second. There you go. Goblins. Appreciating goblins. Bed with the goblins. Succubus goblins. Eat pumpkin spice, you cunts. Oh look, there's. Oh yeah, this is a boss fight one, not a conquest one. Oops. I was paying attention. See that fire? That's the boss.
See that mountain?
You can cuck that mountain.
See that mountain? You can dab there.
Jesus! That's like a stream, there's just loads of goblins with fireballs or whatever.
Oh, my goblins died, but I beat the
boss.
boss. I like the way it says you did it. So, we came up for almost 3 hours. I don't think anyone is going to watch this stream back, and if they do, thanks, I guess. You know, those watch hours, they really mean something after, is it what, 100,000?
Donate to the GoFundMe.
Yeah, if you can donate to the GoFundMe.
Dab on the UK government.
Dab on the UK government, yeah. Or if you just want to solicit Viper Sword's artistry services, I will quickly, before I go, post up some examples of her work, if I can get OBS open. I am very practiced at doing this, guys. It'll only take me like 2 minutes, apparently.
Alright, fellas, I gotta go to work.
See you later.
Hey, hey, Skog, if you ever want to show my shit, feel free.
Yeah, send me an example of your work and I'll put it up at the end of the thing.
I'll just send you my fucking Instagram.
Alright, I mean, I can do that. I'll say if you can send me a piece to, like, put up on the stream, I can show it.
And
or I can just pick something random from your Discord.
If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to do a quote right quick from Hillary Clinton in 2013. Quote, "I would like to see people like Donald Trump run for office. They're honest and can't be bought." End quote. I love the fact we catalog everything.
This will make an excellent addition to my collection. I've grabbed some of the stuff from your thing.
Yeah, I'll send you 2 things, actually.
Cool. I'll attempt to remember how to do that properly, but for now I'm just going to put up a bit that I found by having a look on your server.
Well, I put in the booze or in DMs.
Either's fine. It's the same download principle. Yeah, so we've got there's some of Dom's work as well to go with Viper Sword's work on the left. So yeah,
Doubt. I don't know what it's about, but doubt.
Yeah, I've not had anyone draw me as like a massively buff orc before. Normally it's just, you know, regular sized orc.
What's the difference? Do you want Ritualist buff?
Generally, Ritualist hasn't drawn me as an orc that way. Let's get a different picture up. I am then going to mute everything, dab away, and like let everyone leave. And then when I get back, I will attempt to do something productive. Yeah, there we go. Some examples of Dom's work. Some examples of Viper Sword's work. I'd say if you can help out, that would be a great assistance, as she has been living for the last few months off of, what's the word? Merch sales, YouTube ad revenue, and commissions. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, it's doable until the government's like, hey, we made a mistake, you now owe us.
Oh, it's a...
So apparently at I don't know if the rally is currently going on or it was going on earlier today, but at a Trump rally, somebody at the rally was having medical problems, and Trump stopped the entire rally and made sure this person got proper medical care. And basically
what a bastard.
He put the entire rally on hold until he was sure this person was okay.
What a bastard.
What the fuck? Why is Trump so wholesome?
Because that's just how he is. Media just made him out to be a fucking Nazi.
What the fuck? Trump is fucking wholesome, gang. What the fuck?
He has done this before, if I remember right.
Really?
Dude, when Louisiana got hit by that recent hurricane, this was during the 2016 presidential race. He was the only fucking candidate who came down to check on us.
Jesus.
Obama didn't even come down, and he was the fucking president at the time.
Obama was golfing at the time.
And he came down with like $300,000 worth of supplies, food, clothing, bottled water, and he handed it out. And I'll never forget one of my friends. She made this comment. She was like, "Oh yeah, multi-billionaire comes down and donates $300,000. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be impressed." I just looked at her. I was like, "Hey, bitch,
fucking what?
How much money did Hillary donate?"
How much money did Obama donate? Oh yeah, that's right. Nothing. No one else gave us a damn fucking thing. So you shut your fucking mouth.
This.
Right. I'm gonna end it there.
You never hear about that shit. They're always negative in the media about Trump.
Any final statements?
Prepare for the extinction of the Earth, apparently, according to ARC, so, yep.
Fuck the media!